Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a very exciting video because I'm going to be talking about my all-time favorite highlighters, and these are affordable highlighters, so you aren't going to break your budget to be glowing, you know. So I'm going to talk about my favorite ones. Most of these you can get from like Walmart or the drugstore section at Ulta, or I also have a lot from Colourpop that I'm going to be talking about. So yeah, these are just really good highlighters that aren't going to break your bank. So if you want to know how to glow on a budget, then just keep on watching. Okay, so the first highlighter I want to mention is this baked highlighter from Elle. It is in Moonlight Pearls, and I wanted to mention this one first because it's not my favorite highlighter, but it is definitely a really pretty highlighter, and it's really affordable. I believe it's probably like $2, maybe less, I'm not sure. But one thing you do need to know about this one is that you're supposed to scratch or scrape off some of the top. I don't know, that's a little bit unnecessary, but like for $1 or $2, like I don't mind it. So you scrape it off so that you get some more of that pigment. And the reason I like this highlighter, because this highlighter gives you like a really subtle, like natural glow. This is what it looks like. So as you can see, it's a really like pretty pearly highlight. I like to use this with like a more fluffier highlight brush and use it kind of like to highlight all around rather than in just one area. Like I kind of like to give you like that all around glow, you know, glow from within. That's why I really like this highlighter. Okay, so next I wanted to talk about the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powders. These are really good and they are also super affordable. These are $4.99, but they have like a lot of shades. Like I have this one, it's like a golden one for more deeper skin tones. And then I have this Precious Petals one. It's kind of like a champagne-y color. And then this one is Blossom Glow. It's more like a pearly pink one. And these are really creamy and pigmented, which is why I really like these. So I'm just going to swatch Precious Petals right now. This one is Precious Petals. As you can see, it's kind of like a champagne-y golden shade, and I really like this one. As you can see, they're like really blinding, and they don't like emphasize texture, which is why I really like these. They glide on so creamy, and yeah. So this shade is Blossom Glow, and this is like a perfect shade if you have lighter skin. It's kind of like a pinky pearly shade, and it is really beautiful. So this one is Golden Flower Crown, and as you can see, this one's like a straight up like golden shade, and it is super pretty. It definitely would complement like medium to deep skin tones. So if you think the other two are going to be way too light for you, I would definitely check out this shade. And as you can see, they look super creamy and blinding, so that is why I really like these. And again, these are $4.99. So next I want to talk about the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighters. If you really want to be glowing, then these are the way to go. So these are $9.99 at Ulta. I'm not sure if they're cheaper at Walmart, but yeah, these are like $10, but these highlighters are worth every penny. They are super blinding. They are honestly more blinding than the Wet n Wild ones, and the only thing I will say is I feel like these emphasize your texture a little bit more, but they definitely are super creamy, and it's not anything serious. Like they still look really smooth. They just emphasize texture a little bit more than the Wet n Wild ones. So this shade is Molten Gold. It is a little bit on the deeper side. It's kind of dark for my skin tone, but if you really blend it out, you can still make it work, but it will definitely look really good on medium to deep skin tones. As you can see, this one does look a little bit more blinding than the gold one from Wet n Wild. And with these highlighters, I like how the tiniest amount goes a super long way, so I think with these highlighters you will definitely get your money's worth. So this one is Molten Rose Gold, so this is the more pinky highlighter, and I feel like this would look really good on fair to medium skin tone. I feel like this is super pretty for those days that you want something different, not your typical like golden highlight. So I'm kind of confused because this doesn't have a name like the other two. It just says metallic highlighter and the number is 250. And the rest of them all say metallic highlighter too, so I'm not sure what the name of this one is, but I know it did have like the Nikki tutorials on the packaging, so I don't know if it's just like the Nikki tutorials one, but as you can see, like look at when the light hits on these, like they are super blinding, and this is definitely for if you're more on the fair side, but it looks like a perfect pearly, like almost white highlight shade. So now I want to talk about this highlight I have from Kat Beauty. I actually heard about this from Kathleenlights. Okay, I forgot to mention that this is actually a baked shadow, so it's not a highlighter, but it is really like, I don't know, shimmery and like works perfect as a highlighter. And I feel like because it is an eyeshadow, it's super like creamy and just glides on so beautifully. It has like, it's really cool. It has kind of like 3 different shades to it. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can go with this highlighter, but it is super stunning. Let me just show you guys. I'm like gonna swatch with all 3 colors so you can see it. I wish I wore this one so you guys could see, because this is one of my favorite ones, to be completely honest. And this one is $5.99 and it is in the shade Dulce de Leche, and it is super pretty. It would look super good on fair skin tones, and it will probably even work for medium skin tones, but super blinding, which is why I like it. I like to wear it in the inner corner a lot too. When I'm like running out the door, I'll just pop it in my inner corner and it like brightens up the eyes so much. But yeah, this one is super pretty. It's one of my favorite ones. So I have this highlight from Malli Beauty. This is the Effortlessly Airbrushed Highlighter in the shade Stardust, and it's like a tiny little highlighter, but when I like put my finger on it, like it picks up a bunch of product. Like you need the tiniest amount, and this highlighter is really different from the rest of these. This is definitely like a golden shade, a little bit more on the lighter side, but the thing about this, I don't know if you can see as well on camera, but it's like really like glittery, and it's not glittery where it's like chunky and looks bad, and it doesn't like emphasize texture. It's really gonna give you that pop. And I got this for $8.75 from Ulta. It comes in like a duo, so it came with a blush. I still haven't tried that out, but so there's a blush, a highlight, and it comes with a brush for $8.75. So I think it is really worth your money. You get 3 things for $8, and it is a really stunning highlight. So yeah, this is also the highlight I'm wearing right now. Okay, so moving on, I am going to talk about my highlighters from Colourpop, and I have 3 I always mess up saying that. I have 3 Super Shock shadows. Oh my god. And then I have 1 pressed powder. So the Super Shock shadows are $8 on Ulta. This is on the cusp. This is from Kathleenlights Zodiac collection. I haven't used this one that much, but this one is stunning. And the reason I am such a fan of Colourpop highlighters, especially the Super Shock ones, because if you haven't tried them, it's like their formula is different. It's kind of like wet to the touch, so I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's kind of like a mousse. So if you have like dry skin, these are kind of like wet, so like I feel like they look really good on anyone, and I don't know, they just like glide on so smoothly, and you can apply these like with a beauty blender or a brush or even your finger, and it is super stunning. So this shade is Flexitarian, and as you can see, this is definitely one for more lighter skin tones, but looking at it, you can tell like how like wet it looks. These are just so blinding and pretty on the skin, and I don't know, like the formula, it makes me feel some type of way. So this is in the shade Wisp, and as you can see, this shade is really unique, and I feel like this one looks really stunning for all skin tones. This one can be a little bit dark, as you can see when I turn, it kind of will leave a cast for lighter people, but just make sure you really blend it out and this will look really stunning on everybody. So if you're not a fan of that formula, which I'm not sure why you wouldn't be, but I have this highlight. I believe it's called Here Kitty or Here Kitty Kitty. It's like on the back and it's kind of hard to take this out, but it gives you like a pretty big pan size, but as you can see, it's super blinding, and it's like a light kind of pearl, icy pinky, like I don't know how to explain things, but I feel like you get what I'm saying, you know? I feel like this one is the one where you kind of do have to build up, but you can either use this as like an everyday glow, or you can build it up to be really blinding. And although it's a powder, it looks super wet. It just blends right into the skin. So those were all my top favorite affordable or drugstore, whatever you want to say, highlight shade. Now I'm just going to swatch them, and just so you guys could see like comparisons to the other shades, like compare them with each other to see like which one you like better. And yeah, I'm just going to do that. Liked it, and it was a really weird angle, so hopefully you were able to tell. They definitely look a lot more stunning in person. You just have to see for yourself, so take my word for it. So that is just what I think personally. I feel like those look the best on my skin, so hopefully this video helped you out. And yeah, so please let me know what you thought about this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.